Hey everyone, so sorry I look kind of gross. I'm tired. But just have not had the best week, and I'm sharing what happened just because I want to make some points about it, and then just to explain why maybe I haven't uploaded anything. I haven't really posted anything on social media since Tuesday. Because I've been like behind on my editing because just have like work and other stuff, so I wanted to like finally start editing the stuff that I filmed in London and just a bunch of other stuff I've already filmed, but then things happened, so I wasn't able to edit. So the first thing that happened like Tuesday night, this recent past Tuesday night, I basically I had like a minor head injury. It was nighttime. I was close to my building, and I was taking my dog out for like a quick walk. We were like coming back from the walk, and my dog, he likes to, Ryuzaki, in case you didn't know, he likes to eat pretty much everything that he sees in the walk, so I'm constantly pulling him because he's really strong. So like he'll see something, he'll go. He's really fast too, so he's fast and strong, so I have to like, if he sees something, he'll get it that quickly, so I have to like pull him. So I was like in the parking lot of this store that's close to my building, and he saw something, and I pulled, and I guess I like pulled really hard or something, and I lost my balance, and I fell like on the concrete, just like on my back, and I hit my head, and it was so painful, probably like the most painful thing I ever felt. It hurt so bad, and I felt really hard because other times, I'm pretty clumsy, so I fall a lot and I like trip and everything, but usually I'm able to like catch myself or just not really hurt myself if I fall. But this time it's like I felt like a brick. Like I felt like so fast, I had no time to like catch myself or anything, and I felt on my back, so I kind of hit my back and shoulders and my head, and it kind of reminded me of, if any of you have read the Injustice comics, kind of reminded me of when Damien hit Dick Grayson and he fell and he hit his head. It's kind of what it reminded me of. And then it was like it was in like a parking spot where I fell, so they have those like concrete, like the bars and stuff where you're supposed to stop when you park. So luckily I didn't fall there, because that would have been probably a lot worse. So I fell and I started crying because it hurt so bad, and I felt like this, I thought it was like a ringing, but it was more like a buzz. Like when I landed, when my head hit, it was like this weird like buzzing sound. And luckily there was a woman around, and she saw me. She didn't really see me fall. She like heard me fall because it was like a car like next to me. So, but like she knew that I fell, so she came over and she helped me up, and she checked to see if there was any bleeding. There was no bleeding, but my head hurt so much, and I was pretty nervous because I don't know if you guys know the story of Natasha Richardson. She was in The Parent Trap. She played the mom, and she was Liam Neeson's wife. And the way she died was she hit her head when she was skiing. And I don't know exactly how she hit her head, but I know she hit her head. And people are saying you should go get checked out. And she was saying, no, I'm fine. And then she didn't go to hospital. And then I think she ended up like dying in her sleep from like, I guess she had like internal bleeding or something. I'm not exactly sure what she had, but she died and she didn't get checked out. If she would have gone to the hospital, she would have probably been saved. So I started thinking about that. I was just like, oh my God, because like, yeah, maybe I don't have bleeding, but I hit my head on the concrete really, really hard. And like, I don't know if I had any internal damage in there, and my head, hurt so bad. Like where I hit my head, it was kind of like around here. Like it still kind of hurts. And then I just like started getting like a headache everywhere, like feeling pressure and stuff. And I just walked to my building because it was close by, and I was crying because it just hurt so bad. And you know, I had Ryuzaki with me, and then the manager of my building, she was pretty awful, but she was outside there and she saw me crying, and then she asked me what happened, and I told her that, like, you know, I fell, but I know I should probably go get checked out, but I don't have insurance, so that's why I couldn't go. Like, if I had insurance, I definitely would have gone right away. I know that's kind of, like, I asked people, and that's kind of what everyone is saying, like, you need to go get checked out, in case something, you had, like, an internal, like, injury in there, but I didn't have insurance, so that was, like, my main reason for not going. And she said, oh, just go and, like, give another name and another address, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that, like, that sounds very, very wrong. Like, she's like, no one's gonna know, and I'm just like, God, like, I'm not gonna do that, woman, like, I'm telling you, this lady's awful. Just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, so I didn't. And I had jury duty the next day, actually, and, like, the first day of jury duty, and then I had work later that afternoon, so I wasn't sure what to do. I was kind of, like, freaking out, like, okay, should I go and, like, risk, like, should I not go and just risk, hopefully everything's fine, because I was also scared of sleeping. It was late, it was, like, already, like, 9:30, I was, like, scared that if I went to sleep I wouldn't wake up, so it was either, like, risk, like, not going to sleep and hopefully I wake up, or going and then getting checked out, and then, yeah, I know what happened, but then I have thousands of dollars to pay, and, you know, I didn't want to have to do that, so I took a shower, because I was pretty sweaty, like, I just felt gross, and I was like, let me just take a shower, just so I can at least be ready for work and jury duty the next day, just in case, you know, I do end up going, because I was still planning on going. I wasn't, like, planning on calling in sick or anything. Ryuzaki, stop it! Sorry. So I took a shower just to kind of think things through, and so there was, like, an emergency room close by, so I walked to it. It was late already. It was, like, almost midnight when I walked over there. I was, like, 12 minutes away walking. I had, like, a little knife, like, those little, like, is it a switchblade? The ones that just kind of flip open? My friend gave it to me, so I had that with me when I was walking over there, because it was dark and scary. And so I walked to the emergency room. I was like, okay, you know what, let's just go, just so I can at least know what happened, and then I hopefully will try to figure out, like, how to pay for this. And then they wouldn't let me in the hospital, basically, because of the weapon I had, the knife, and I was like, well, is there any way I can, like, check it in, and then I can pick it up later? And they're like, no, we have to confiscate it. And I started crying, because I was frustrated. Like, not only was I in pain, but just, like, I was just frustrated, because I told them, like, I live here by myself, not a safe area, that's why I have this, so if you take this away from me, then, like, I don't think that's fair, like, you should at least let me, like, get it when I leave. And they're like, no, we have to take it, and I'm just like, I just left, because I was so mad. I didn't have anyone there that, like, you know, I could leave it in their car or anything. So, and I did tell, like, friends, but some were out of town and everything, so not everyone could, like, be there. So I just went home, and I just told a couple of my friends, like, so I'm going to sleep. Hopefully I wake up. Please text me in the morning to see if I'm okay, and hopefully I will text you back. And I went to sleep, and luckily I woke up, but I felt so drowsy. Like, the next probably, like, 3 or 4 days, I woke up really drowsy, so I don't know if it was because of that. Like, I didn't take any, like, nighttime medication or anything, so it's just weird that, like, I was always waking up really drowsy, even though I had, like, a good amount of sleep. So the next few days, like, I went to work, and I went to jury duty, but I didn't do anything else other than that. I wasn't really online, I wasn't reading anything, I wasn't listening to music, editing, like, nothing that really, used up my brain, that you had to think, because I was reading, and other people were telling me too that it's good to rest, not only physically but mentally, because if your brain needs to repair, you can't if you're doing stuff that's taking attention, if you're like playing games, reading, listening to music, it's taking, your brain is being used for that instead of being used to repair itself. So that's why I was like, let me just rest my brain. And then the good thing about my background acting work is it's not very stressful, and you're allowed to like really read a lot or think like other jobs. So, and there I usually was with friends, so they helped me. And then one of my friends, he's amazing, he gave me a massage because the next day I saw him and my back and my neck hurt really, really bad, my shoulders, because like I said, I landed like on my back and I hit my head. So he gave me like an amazing massage, so that really helped. But yeah, I was just like resting my brain. So that's why I didn't really post anything. I wasn't reading anything. I didn't edit because that was going to take brain power, basically. So that happened. And I just want to say, before this happened, I always supported, like Bernie Sanders and any candidate who was for healthcare for all. So, if you guys can, if you can please vote for candidates who support healthcare for all, because, luckily it was not a life-threatening hit. But what if it was? And then I died because I didn't have insurance. I couldn't afford it. Just like a lot of other people, they die because they can't afford to go to a hospital here. And it just made me wish, I wish I would have hit my head in Europe. I wish I would have hit my head in Mexico, because Mexico would have been cheaper. And it's sad that it's like, I wish I would have injured myself in another country instead of my own country, because my own country is not going to take care of me. And I work hard, so it's not like I don't work hard. So shut up. I do work a lot. So, yeah, if you guys could support candidates that support healthcare for all, that would be amazing, because I was really lucky that, first of all, I did wake up, but I wish I could have gone to the hospital to really find out what's going on, but because I didn't have insurance, I didn't go. So that should not happen, okay? So that's what I need to say about that. And I just have to be really careful as well for the next few weeks to not hit my head again, because, it still hurts, so I don't think it's, fully repaired yet. So if I hit my head hard, especially like around that area, that might, make things worse. So, and I'm really clumsy too, so I have to be extra careful to not hit my head again. So yeah. And the other thing that happened was yesterday morning, Saturday morning, and it was pretty horrible. It was something that I guess eventually was going to have to happen, I guess, living where I live in LA, a horrible area. I mean, it's not the worst, it's not Compton, but it's not the best. But basically what happened, Ryozaki's right here. So basically yesterday morning at around 8:30, I took Ryozaki outside, like right outside my building, in the grassy area. It's right here. I took him right outside the building to go do his business. 8:30 in the morning. There's a church nearby, and I saw people like going to church and everything, broad daylight. And like as soon as I go outside, I see this guy like kind of standing to the side of the building, but I thought he was like going to church, because he wasn't dressed like super nice, but not like really bad. He was wearing like just like khaki pants and like white t-shirt and stuff, and I thought maybe he was somebody that was going to the church. So I'm just there like waiting for Ryozaki as he's doing his business. And then he came up to me and he's like, hey, if I pay you $200, will you hang out with me? And I was just like, no. And then he asked me again. I kept saying no. Then he took the money to show it to me, and I said, yeah, no, like, it's not gonna happen. And then he's like, well, can I at least have your number? And I said, no, like, how many times do I have to say no? I kept saying no. And then I was like, in my head, I'm just like telling Ryozaki, can you freaking hurry up, finish your business so I can go back inside, because this guy's freaking annoying. So, you know, and he was like calm, just like asking me this like calmly or whatever, but he was still annoying because I kept saying no and he still kept asking me. And so, you know, I put Ryozaki's stuff in a bag. I went to the trash and I threw it away. And then I went back inside them, just like trying to get away from this guy. And so I opened the door. I unlocked, because to get in the building, there's a gated. It's like a gated door, and then you go in the building. So I opened the gate, and it's a really big door, huge. So I guess when I opened it, he like grabbed it, and he got in the building, like behind me, but I didn't hear him when that happened. So I'm just like walking up the stairs, and then like, because I live like, if you walk up the stairs, basically, like if you go in the building, walk up the stairs, my room is like right at the top of the stairs. It's like the first room right there. So I'm just like walking up, and then I hear, and the steps are really squeaky like they're wooden. So as I'm walking up, I hear like footsteps behind me, because I hear the squeaky steps, and then I look back, and he's like in the middle. By this time, I'm almost like at the top of the stairs. I'm like maybe like a couple steps away from the top, and I look down, and he's like in the middle of the stairs, and he was literally like freaking on the ground, like crawling on the stairs and looking up my dress, because I was wearing a dress, and he was like on the ground. And literally, this is like, I'm using literally like the proper way. He was literally crawling on the stairs, looking up at my dress. And I was just like, I yelled at him. I was like, what are you doing? And then he didn't say anything. He just like stood there. He stood up quietly, opened his fly, and took his freaking penis out and just started jacking off, you know, pleasuring himself in front of me. And I was just like, oh my god. And so I just like, you know, obviously wanted to get away from him. So since I was like almost in my room, I like ran up the last few steps, and I opened my door, and I threw Ryuzaki inside. And then since he saw me like running up, he like started running behind me. He started like, I mean, like running after me, like trying to get to me. So since I saw that, I was like, oh my god. And so like, I was trying to like go in as fast as possible, and I yelled something. I don't remember what exactly I yelled, but I yelled something at him. But yeah, he was coming after me. And so, but he almost got to me, but he got so close, and I was able to like, I closed the door like right in his face. So like, as soon as I got in, I threw my whole body onto the door, and I closed it just in case he's trying to, because he was that close, so I thought he was going to be able to like push the door. So I just threw my whole body weight on the door, closed it, and then I locked the two locks. And then I heard him like jiggling with the doorknob and everything. And then I guess he left after a while, because then I heard him go down the steps, and I looked out the little peephole just to make sure he was gone before I went outside. And it was just really frustrating because I yelled, like I said, I don't remember, like I cannot remember what exactly I yelled. I yelled something as he was like coming towards me, but like nobody came out. Nobody in my freaking building, none of my neighbors like came out at all just to see what was going on. And I basically could have gotten raped like right there, 8:30 in the morning, and nobody would have cared. So, and I got away like I closed the door like just right at the last second, because he was right there. Like if I would have hesitated like one more second, he probably would have been able to like keep the door open or something. And that's why like he was so close. That's why when I closed the door, I just threw my whole body like against it, because I thought he was gonna keep it open because he was that close. So yeah. And then when I made sure he left, when I looked at the peephole and that he was gone, there's no in my room, there's no window where I can see out front. I can only see like to the side, and I can only see like the side of the next building. I can't really see anything So when I saw that he was gone, I went downstairs and I went outside the building just to see if I can maybe see what direction he was running or if he got in a car or something, just to get some kind of information. But by that time he was already like long gone. And since the manager, that horrible lady, she lives with her daughters like right by the entrance of the door. Like I went to her after I checked. I went to her door and I knocked and I told her what happened. And I was like crying. I was like really like shaken. I was crying. I'm just, I told her what happened, and she was just so like, just very like inconvenienced that I knocked, at 8:30 in the morning or 8:35, whatever time it was, and she's just like, oh, we'll just like call the cops and stuff, and then she just closed the door on me. I'm just like, okay, you see me crying, like you don't even like, and you're a mom, like don't you have like a motherly instinct where you're like, oh my gosh, honey, what happened, or like try to comfort me or anything. She just didn't even care, closed the door on me. I said call the cops, and I'm just like, okay, I'm telling you, like in my head I'm just like, I'm telling you because first of all I'm a tenant, I'm living here in this building, and then you have 3 daughters who are younger than me. Like this could have happened to them, and they're younger, smaller, like, and they probably, he could have gotten to them, and you don't even care, like. So that made me really upset, and then after that I called the cops and they came pretty quickly, so that was good. And I'll show you, I have the police report here, but I don't want to show like obviously my address or my name and all that info and stuff, but let's see. So there says, can you see? I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's a police report right there. Shoot, I don't know, sorry. So, and then description right here, like of what happened. Sorry, it's not like best quality right there, but yeah. So for you freaking idiots, the ones that say that I lie about this stuff, no, I don't freaking lie. And yeah, I don't like file a police report for every single thing because some are like, I guess not big enough for the police to come, but I'm not freaking lying. So I know like, the building apparently has cameras and stuff. And so when the cops came, I told them what happened. I gave them the description of the guy, as much as I could. He didn't have any like tattoos, piercings, facial hair, anything like that. He was very, I guess, average looking. He didn't really have anything distinctive about him. But hopefully like that helped. And then they were telling me that in the meantime, like while they were talking to me, they were like, they had other cops around the area trying to see if they could find him, because apparently he was like on foot, at least because then when they were there, then the manager came out and she had like on her phone, I guess she had like the footage. I had never seen the footage. I didn't want to see the footage because I didn't want to see his stupid face again. So she was like showing the cops like blah blah blah, what, but I guess they can't see like what exactly, like the cameras didn't face my room, so I guess they can't see that, or because I don't know, but they were able to see the guy. But I guess also they said it's not very clear, like his face. They weren't able to get like a good picture of his face, but I mean at least the description matched what I was telling them in terms of like what he was wearing and stuff like that. And then they said in the footage that after I locked him after I got in my room, basically, that he just like walked out of the building and just like walked calmly as if nothing had happened. So yeah, I don't know if he does this a lot or what, like especially like the $200 thing. That's just so weird, like. And then I just don't know if like I've never seen him before, so I don't know if maybe he was just there waiting for any girl to come out, or waiting for me specifically, like maybe he had seen me but I had never seen him. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, when I came out to take my dog out, he was already there. But I hope they catch him. And if you want to know what he looks like in case you see him, well, I mean, though he might be wearing different clothes, but he was wearing a white t-shirt, khaki pants, Hispanic, kind of, you know, darker skinned, average height, average build. You know, he wasn't too skinny, too short, not too tall, not too short. Ryuzaki, please stop it. Stop. Stop. Stop! His lips were pretty thick. He was kind of bald, but like, you know, bald, but like he had like a little bit of hair growing out, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, and then he spoke to me in English, but I could tell he had like an accent, but not, it wasn't like super thick, so I feel like he's probably lived in the US for a while. So yeah, it's just, so after, I guess, like a while, they went to like look for him, and then they came back, and then they started getting, they were dusting my doorknob to see if they could get prints, and they got like a sample for me, so that way, you know, they don't accuse me of doing that or whatever. So yeah, and I like, luckily, like right now I'm not staying in my place, if you can tell. There's an amazing person in my life who, call him my angel, an angel. He let me stay at his place, so this mess is not from him, it's from me. And I'm really thankful and grateful for him. Sorry. It's a little scary, you know, what happened, because, you know, I've encountered like creeps and all this other stuff before, but that was the scariest encounter because he was so close and he could have, you know, raped me. And then it happened, you know, 8:30 in the morning. You know, people like, well, don't go out at night. Like, I know that, you know, but it's like sometimes that doesn't even matter. This happened at 8:30 in the morning. There were people outside going to church. That still didn't matter. There were people around, like, and I still screamed and no one cared. So it's like, no matter what, like, you try to be safe and it's not, like, it doesn't work. And it's not the easiest thing to just be like, okay, just move. Like, first of all, I have a dog, and he's more than 10 pounds. In a lot of places, they don't allow dogs over 10 pounds, which is stupid. You know, I'm like, okay, where do the big dogs live? You know? And then, work has been kind of slow the last few months. You know, I've been working as much as I can, but so it's been hard to save up when work has been slow. But I'm hoping it's going to pick up soon. I think it is. But, you know, I don't have thousands of dollars just laying around where I could just, like, move right away. But I'm just thankful that I can stay here for a while and just give me a break from that stupid building. And now, like, it's, like, luckily yesterday, after this happened, I got to hang out with a friend of mine, and he made me feel better. And it was just nice to, like, just be with a friend and not be by myself, especially in that stupid building. Because when I'm by myself, I get, like, these flashbacks from what happened and him running towards me and, you know, exposing himself and stuff. And I'm just, like, I'm scared now that, like, people might be following me, like how he followed me to the building, you know. Now I'm just, like, looking over my shoulder a lot, like, okay, please don't follow me in here. You know, if I'm going on the bus or something, it's like, and then just, I hate that building. Like, no one cares in that stupid building. And I didn't even tell my parents. I didn't tell my parents that I hit my head. I didn't tell my parents that this happened because they were going to freak the F out. And my dad has had heart problems, so this might have given him a heart attack, so didn't want to do that. And it's kind of sad that I can't even tell my parents that this happened. But also, I know how they are, and instead of, they're like, they probably wouldn't make me feel good. They'd probably make me feel bad about it. So that's why I also didn't tell them, because they would just blame everything on me, because that's kind of how they are. They like to blame things on me, and I'm the firstborn, so it's kind of what's always happened. I get blamed for everything. But I told one of my neighbors, like the only nice one that I know in my building, because I've worked with her a few times, like another tenant in that building, and I told her what happened, but she didn't really help. She made me feel pretty bad about it. Like, she kind of acted like the way my parents would. I think she thinks I'm like 12. She treats me like I'm an idiot. Like, and I just want to be like, girl, I'm 32. Why are you talking to me like this? But she was like, when I told her, you know, what this happened, then she was like, oh, well, let this be a lesson to you. I'm just like, what? Like, excuse me? I'm not, like, the one that was trying to attack anyone. Why is this? I mean, yes, I know I need to be safe, but, like, dang, like, I went out at 8:30 in the morning, like, to take my dog out right in front of the building. Did I really think anything was going to happen at 8:30 in the morning? Like, especially when there are other people around going to church? Like, next door? How am I, like, I'm not psychic. How am I supposed to know that? And then she was like, and then she's like, oh, well, when he started talking to you, you should have just yelled. I'm just like, okay, he was calm. Like, yeah, he was annoying, but still he was calm when he was talking to me. Like, do you want me to just, like, yell, like, anytime any guy talks to me? Like, that's crazy. I can't be yelling, like, anytime any guy talks to me. Like, because he wasn't aggressive. He was just being calm, so I'm not just gonna start yelling. So, apparently it's my fault because I didn't yell. And then she was like, oh, well, it's because you're always on your phone. I'm like, girl, I wasn't even on my phone at that time. I'm looking at Ryuzaki trying to, like, hurry, get this thing going, hurry up so I can go back inside. And it's not like I'm always on my phone. Like, I hate when, like, I'm not always on my phone. Like, there are people way more, like, into their phones than I am. And if I do look at my phone, it's because that's how I get my work. Like, in my job, that's how you get your work, is by, like, you have to look at your phone. If you miss a notification, you're not going to get work. So if I look at it, it's mostly for work. It's not because, like, I love being on Instagram or, like, I love tweeting. No. And then and then when I told her that, I ran to my room. She's like, why did you run to your room? Like, now he knows what room you're. I'm like, girl, that was the closest thing to me. I'm trying to get away from him, and he's like down. Like, if I couldn't go down the stairs because he was there, I don't want to get near him, and I'm not gonna, like, run around the building so he can chase me and then eventually catch me. Like, are you nuts? The most logical thing was to go in my room and lock it, because that was the closest thing to me. I was literally, like, 2 steps away from my room. Why would I, like, not go in there? So it's just so annoying that she was trying to, like, say everything's my fault. I did all this wrong. Like, I was supposed to just magically know that this was gonna happen. He was quiet. He didn't say I was gonna rape you, nothing. He's just quiet. He took his penis out and all that stuff. Like, how was I supposed to know, like, that he was gonna do that? And the cops told me, like, I did everything right. They said you got away from him. That was the right thing to do. And then the only advice that the cop, because she was trying to, it was a male cop and a female cop, and they were trying to think of, like, other advice they could give me, but they're like, you did pretty much everything right. The only piece of advice I would give you is just, like, when you come in next time, like, make sure you lock the door and, like, no one comes in after you. So that's it. Because sometimes, like, a lot of times in my building, like, people will forget their keys and stuff, because it's happened to me. So sometimes if we see people outside, we'll just kind of leave it kind of open. That way they can get in. But obviously he was not a neighbor, and I, like, was getting in the building, but I didn't think he was, like, gonna get in and stuff. So Yeah, but because of what that neighbor of mine said, it's like that's what I'm going to tell my parents, because they're going to blame everything on me. And then I know their solution is just going to be like, just come back to Arizona. Come back to Arizona. It's too dangerous. And I'm like, no. Like, okay, maybe, yeah, I'd be safe in my little hometown, but it'd be freaking boring. I like my friends here. LA is like where I'm trying to make my dream come true and stuff. So yeah, I'll be maybe safer there, but then I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be giving up my dreams, and like I don't want to have to do that. So that's why I didn't tell my parents, because I knew they were not going to shut up until I moved back, and I'm not going to move back. So yeah, that's what happened. And I'm like so tired. I'm just really tired of guys that like don't freaking get it. Just please, okay? If a girl tells you no, leave her alone. How many times do we have to say no? If you message her and she doesn't respond, leave her alone. That's basically a no. If you get ignored, that's a no. Okay? And just me personally, guys, just leave me alone. Okay? If I don't know you, leave me alone. I'm not talking about the nice subscribers that are supportive, like you're great. I'm talking about the ones that keep messaging me to like go on a date with me. I'm not gonna go on a date with you. I don't know you. Okay? If you're watching me so you can date me, it's not gonna happen. I'm just telling you, it's not gonna happen. Okay? Yes, I have a crush on Henry Cavill. I'm not DMing Henry Cavill asking him on dates. So don't DM me. Okay? Get off your computers and go and meet people in person, and don't be a creep. If she says no, leave her alone. If she doesn't reply to your messages, leave her alone. I'm just so sick. Like, because I told this guy, how many times did I tell him no, and he kept bothering me. Like, how much clearer do I need to be? I said no. I don't need to explain to him why I'm saying no. That's all you need. I don't need to explain to you why I'm saying no. So if you're watching me because you hope that we're going to go on a date, please unsubscribe. Never watch me again, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here because I want to make content that I find entertaining. Hopefully people will like it, but I'm not here to like get dates or get a boyfriend. So if that's what you want, please leave. I don't want you. It's not going to happen. So I'm just really sick of guys not getting it. And not just me, but please just stop bothering girls in general. That, if they say no, just move on, okay? If they ignore your messages, move on. You're not entitled to dates. So, I just need a break. And I'm sorry, I haven't uploaded some new videos in a while. I will try to get back to it later this month, hopefully, but I just kind of don't really feel right now. I don't feel like editing right now. I don't feel like filming videos right now. Please, follow me on Instagram. I might post a couple pictures, at work, because I'm going to hopefully see some friends this week. But that's probably it. I just right now don't have the energy, don't feel like filming anything right now and editing. I just need a break. I was taking a break because of my head, and now I kind of need a break because of this. So I'm sorry, guys, and it just got dark already. I talked too long. But if you watched the whole video, I appreciate it. And just let me know you watched it by writing the word paper in your comment. That way I know you actually watched the whole thing. Because if you don't watch the whole thing and then you comment, I'm not going to respect your opinion because you didn't take the time to watch the whole video. So if you watched it, write paper. And hopefully I'll be able to start uploading and editing maybe in a couple weeks. I just kind of want a break right now. So wish me luck, hopefully. Send me good vibes. Hopefully I can find a new living situation sometime in the future. And it got dark already. But thanks for watching. And again, write paper in your comments if you saw the whole thing. And for those of you who are really supportive, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you're not going to be supportive, please leave because you're just a useless person.